Well, Rob, the first game of 2015, and a cracker to start with, full house here against Gloucester.
Yeah, just what you want really when you get back home. It's strange, you know. I know we've only been away for a couple of weeks, but it does feel like feels like a little bit longer, I suppose, with the Christmas period and the amount of travelling we had to do, and I suppose the disappointment with some of the things that happened. It is nice to get back home and try and strive to keep what's a pretty successful home record going, and obviously to have a sellout crowd and start of the new year and the start of the second half of the Premiership fixtures. It all adds up to being a very important fixture for us.
You talked about it last week, that it's been tough on the road. The other teams have had those big festive games. I suppose now you've got that game home now, and you've got that a bit of experience about it all. Yeah,
in some ways this is our kind of festive game, although it hasn't come over the Christmas period. But we're all very much looking forward to it. The lads love playing here at Sandy Park. We've played, as I say, we've played very well here, both in the Premiership and in the other competitions, and we're very much looking forward again. Like I say, getting back here and I'm not going to say set the record straight, but probably just set our level of performance right where we want it to be. I thought a lot of what we did against Bath was very good. And at 55-60 minutes away from home, and there'd be nothing in the game is a good achievement. What we have to do, and we've talked about it this week, is how you just nudge yourself over the line and you make the next 2 or 3 things go your way. Bath did that very well. They made the next 2 or 3 things go their way and stole the momentum of the game. We've obviously got to learn from that, and experience is a big part of that. But it's a bit different, at home. You've got to be the team that get after the game. And demand the victory and get your crowd behind you, and that's very much what we'll be looking to do.
At the halfway stage, though, to be 4th, probably the best we've been in this stage of any campaign in the Premiership.
Yeah, well, we've never had this many points at halfway, but as I said, all you're fighting for at this stage of the season is to give yourself the chance to be in some big games at the end of the year. Now, we're very aware of that. And we've talked about that we've got 2 games now before we break into the European and LB Cup period again, and we've got to get points. If we want to be hanging around in the top 4, you've got to collect points now. They have to come pretty thick and fast. And as I say, the way the fixtures fall, we're going to have to work extremely hard and get some points.
As for Gloucester, they're a bit like ourselves. They want to get back on track after 2 home defeats themselves.
Yeah, they're under probably. It's strange, isn't it? We're probably under what we can describe as some positive pressure, in that we want to put some pressure on ourselves to stay at this end of the table. And Gloucester are probably on a little different kind of pressure, that they want to get some results to start climbing the league. And it's who uses the motivation the best. And for us, if we want to be a successful side, we've got to shift our motivation towards being, the opportunities that are ahead of you if you play well, and not be the team that we're fighting to prove ourselves all the time. We've got to move beyond that. We've got to fight to show that we're a good side and we deserve to be at the right end of the table. As I say, that motivation has changed slightly over the years. Before, there's always been that, we're here, we deserve to be here, we're going to fight for everything we can. Now I think we're hopefully trying to turn that corner where it's fighting for positive things because of where we want to be.
And what are the threat they pose?
Gloucester, well, everyone's very aware that they've got a lot of threat in the backs, a lot of pace, especially on the wings. Johnny May had a very good autumn for England, I thought. Charlie Sharp has been playing exceptionally well. They're real threats. And I think from the weekend, what we saw from the game against Wasps is that the pack of forwards, they have got the driving threat. And they looked disappointed the way the game went at the weekend, and probably rightly so, because that was a humdinger of a battle for quite a long time. They're probably disappointed because they conceded some soft points in that game. And as I said, so they'll have some frustrations, and a frustrated and desperate team, as you say, maybe not on the best run of results, is always a dangerous animal. We're aware of that. We've had that before.
But at the same time, you're not 2 million miles away with your own.
Exactly. Well, our record, our defensive record's good. Our try scoring stats are good. So we've got plenty of threats ourselves. And as I said, we're probably coming off the back of being a little disappointed with one of our performances, and then a little disappointed with our accuracy in another game. So what we've talked a lot about this week is combining the two, making sure we get our attitude right, which I think was bang on against Bath, the way we attacked the game, and getting our accuracy kind of back up to a level that we don't make those soft mistakes that we did against Bath, where when we had the ball we gave it up pretty quickly.